The man who vanished twice. The last confirmed sighting of Daniel Mercer happened on an ordinary autumn morning in 2003. He locked the door of his Portland apartment. He walked down the stairs. And then nothing. No goodbye. No witness. No trace. For 3 days, no one noticed. Daniel was the kind of man who could disappear quietly even while standing in a room. When he missed his weekly coffee with his sister, she assumed he'd forgotten. When his phone went unanswered, she told herself he was busy. By the 4th day, fear crept in. When police entered Daniel's apartment, they expected chaos. They found none. The place was pristine. His wallet lay on the kitchen counter. His passport was tucked safely in a drawer. His laptop glowed faintly on the desk, still powered on. No struggle. No forced entry. No blood. Just one detail that didn't fit. The bed hadn't been slept in. Investigators labeled it a voluntary disappearance. Adults leave all the time. But weeks passed, and Daniel's life stayed frozen in place. His bank account remained untouched. His credit cards were silent. No sightings. No withdrawals. No digital footprint. It was as if Daniel Mercer had stepped outside and been erased. 6 months later, the case went cold. 2 years later, Daniel was declared legally dead. That should have been the end of the story. It wasn't. 8 years after Daniel vanished, a police officer in Boise, Idaho, arrested a man for shoplifting groceries. The man carried no identification. He called himself Michael Grant. He was calm, almost relieved. Routine procedure followed. Then the fingerprints came back. The system flagged an impossibility. The man in custody was Daniel Mercer, a dead man. Federal agents took over the interrogation. Daniel didn't fight. He didn't pretend. He didn't ask for a lawyer. He simply looked at the table and said, "I didn't want to exist anymore." The mystery unraveled slowly. Daniel hadn't fled danger or debt. He hadn't committed a crime. He'd been running from something far quieter and far harder to explain. Years of depression, crushing isolation, the feeling of being unseen even by people who knew his name. So he planned his disappearance like a designer crafting an illusion. He studied missing person cases, learned what police search for, learned what they ignored. He quit work without announcement, saved cash, cut contact one thread at a time. On the morning he vanished, he left his wallet behind, on purpose, left his laptop on purpose. He wanted investigators to suspect foul play. He wanted the world to believe he was taken, not that he had chosen to leave it. Daniel traveled by bus, paid cash, avoided cameras, crossed state lines until his old life felt unreal. In Idaho, he worked under the table, slept in shelters, motels, sometimes his car. For 8 years, he lived without papers, without accounts, without a name that mattered. When asked why he shoplifted, why he risked being caught after hiding so perfectly, Daniel went silent. Then he said, "I was tired, and I didn't care anymore if someone found me." Psychologists later called it a prolonged mental health crisis, not a crime. Legally, Daniel was free. Emotionally, no one was. His sister learned the truth through a phone call 8 years after mourning him. She said it felt like losing him twice. Daniel never returned to Portland. He reclaimed his identity, then erased it again. Today, no one knows where he is. Some believe he disappeared a second time. Others think he finally learned how to exist without pain. But the mystery remains. Daniel Mercer didn't vanish because he was hunted. He vanished because he wanted the world to forget he had ever been here. And for 8 years, it did.